welcome back to another Bali COVID-19 update. This is April 15th, 2022, and my name is Bruce. And what's the weather like today? A little windier than yesterday. It is 3.2 kilometers per hour. The temperature, 30.9 degrees, and the humidity, 69%. And it is another beautiful day in Bali. Well, another beautiful day in Singaraja. And I've lost track of how many days we've gone without rain. It is so nice. It's so nice. Okay, a lot of stuff I want to fit in here today. Again, a word about the visa price increases and a couple of new visas that are going to be released supposedly on April 16th, according to the document that was released 2 months ago, which said changes are going to take effect in 60 days. 60 days is tomorrow, and there is still no word from the government on that. And, well, if there is, I will be talking about it tomorrow. I do have the price list, and even though it is official, it's not in effect, and so I'm going to wait until it's in effect. And so let's get started with the numbers. Numbers are steady. Well, national numbers are good. They're down 833 new cases, 3,216 recoveries, and 48 deaths. Bali new cases, 28. We're still down there, and I'm going to be talking about that main story about the economy recovering here. Bali recoveries, 59, and Bali deaths, 1. And so we're steadily and slowly moving down. Good news. 2 more weeks and a couple of days to go before Eid al-Fitr, and Mudik is going to be ramping up soon. We'll see how that affects the numbers. Okay, let's get on with the main story. COVID-19 cases slope in line with Bali's improved economy. Yes, it's all about improving the economy. For me, the main focus right now is on the economy. How is this affecting the economy? Is it going up? Are more people getting jobs? I hope so. And of course, we want people to come and have a good time. And so, first 2 stories are about that. So the decline in the spread of COVID-19 in March 2022 and the easing of the PPKM, the community-based restrictions, have encouraged improving economic conditions in the province of Bali. This is based on the Bank Indonesia Consumer Survey, which indicated the consumer confidence in the economic conditions in Bali strengthened in March. According to the head of Bank Indonesia, representative for the province of Bali, Triano Nugroho, this is also reflected in the Consumer Confidence Index, IKK, of the province of Bali, which was recorded in the optimistic area of 112.75 or higher than February, where it reached 97.2. So, big jump there. And this optimism is in line with the optimism on a national level as well. The national level is 109.6. According to Pak Nugroho, this condition is also supported by the relaxation of the antigen PCR test requirements for airline travelers who have received the COVID-19 vaccine. Optimism for future economic improvement is also driven by the opening of international flight routes to Bali, supported by the quarantine-free policy for foreign travelers, PPLN. And according to Pak Nugroho, the increase in consumer confidence in Bali in March was driven by the current improvement in economic perception, as reflected in the Bali Province Current Economic Condition Index, IKE, in March of 93.7, which is an increase from 81 in February. So economic indicators looking good. People have confidence that the economy is improving here, and they're out shopping, including me. Pak Nugroho said that the increase in people's perceptions of the improving economy is also due to the current availability of job opportunities. Jobs are opening up. Slowly but surely. Consumer expectations of future economic conditions, as reflected in the Consumer Expectation Index, IEK, in Bali province, were maintained at an optimistic level with an index of 131.8 improving from February, where it was 113.5. And on a quarterly basis, the average IKK in Bali for the first quarter of 2022 was 105.3 in the optimistic area, higher than the fourth quarter of 2021, which was 98.4. And if confidence conditions in quarter one of 2022 compared to last year's quarter one 2021, it was 74.9 then. So people are looking up. They're looking at improved conditions. And what about something a little more specific in a couple of tourist areas? Foreign tourist visits to Tanah, Lot-Ulundanu, Beratan rise. Yes. So visit. Of course, the numbers in this segment are pretty small. Visits of foreign tourists to two tourist attractions in Tabanan, Regency, Tanah Lot and Ulundanu Beratan have begun to creep up. In Tanah Lot, the increase in the number of foreign tourists this month has increased quite a bit. The average is 200 per day now. And foreign tourists who come to visit are from countries such as the Netherlands, Germany, Switzerland, India, Taiwan, Australia, America, and England. Australia is dominant, of course. However, despite the increase in foreign tourists, the average number of visits is decreasing because this is Ramadan, and so there are less domestic tourists going. As foreign tourists are arriving on those flights that we're adding, like I talked about yesterday, foreigners are going up, the domestics are going down, but once Ramadan is over and we get into May and June when school is on vacation, we will see a big jump. Watch for July. If you're coming here in July, you're going to see the school buses full of kids from Java clogging the roads. This month, the average in Tanah Lot is around 800 per day, down from usual 1,000 because of the fasting month. And in Ulundanu Beratan, in the Batariti district, there's been a slight improvement, according to the manager of the tourist attractions. He said currently foreign tourists average 30 to 40 people a day, not that many, but it's over 10 to 15 before. And the foreign tourists are coming from Russia, India, and Australia. And he said Russia has the most. And Ulundanu also is seeing a decrease in visitors because of Ramadan. And so we'll be watching those numbers in May and expecting them to pick up and spike sometime around July with more foreign tourists coming in as more planes are added and we get the domestic tourists coming in from Java when the school year ends. Fishermen in Buleleng complain that it's difficult to get gasoline, especially pertalite, and everybody is complaining about the difficulty of getting pertalite. Usually, the fishermen can easily get the gasoline at the nearest fuel station, the SPBU, but now purchase of pertalite is limited. In the Kubuaran area, for example, fishermen can go to sea with a distance of 30 to 35 miles. Gasoline consumption for a round trip can reach tens or even hundreds of liters. Meanwhile, the purchase of pertalite gasoline is now limited to a maximum of 60 liters. People can bring in 2 jerry cans. I'm sure you've seen these if you've been around. They can bring in 2 jerry cans and fill those up. They get 60 liters and that is it. The head of Buleleng Food and Fisheries Security Service, DKPP, Igade Putra Aryana, admitted that currently with the latest regulations, fishermen cannot buy gasoline in large quantities. And apparently you have to have a note that the fisherman hands over his fisherman's card. He said previously it was free, but now there's a limit. You can't buy as much as possible and store it anymore. So you have to go to the gas station every day, which can be a problem. So he said he has established communication with the gas station managers in the area to ensure the fishermen get a supply of gasoline to go to sea. He emphasized that fishermen do not need to seek a letter of recommendation from the local office in order to do this. He said that's only for certain types of fuel such as diesel and kerosene. For pertalite, it is not necessary. And so that's good news for fishermen. And if you are somebody coming here and you decide you're going to take a boat trip and go out fishing or go to some snorkeling places or see the dolphins in Lovina, don't complain about the prices because the fishermen, their costs are going up with the fuel. I talked yesterday about the big drug bust in Bali. Well, here is another criminal gang that you have to watch out for, as reported in Bali Discovery. Police arrest a gang of grandmas in Lombok. I've never played card games here really, but the game of Checky is played nationwide and traces its roots to a card game popularized in West Sumatra. It's a simple entertainment, according to the article, to while away the time, and is sometimes made a little more fun by placing small bets like cigarettes, cups of eggnog, or small amounts of money. Of course, gambling is illegal in Indonesia. Checky is apparently a popular game with women in Indonesia, played in various places, at home, in the village, out in pavilions. And so 5 grandmas were taken into custody by the police in the village of Batu Mekar in West Lombok after they were caught playing Checky in a gazebo. Okay, I'm laughing because, well, they were laughing. I'll get to that in a minute. But this is just one of those ridiculously weird things that happens here sometimes. The head of Lingsar Police Precinct told the press that after the raid, the women were immediately taken into custody for committing the crime of gambling. How much were they gambling? 64,000 rupees were seized, about $4.50 US. The press reports that the 5 Asian gamblers, when they were arrested, were chuckling and giggling as they were taken off to jail. According to a spokeswoman for the police, we've arrested the suspects together with the proof of their crime that includes playing cards and a sum of cash. Under interrogation, the 5 women freely admitted they were playing a game of Checky, claiming they were only having fun. And the policewoman said, even if they were just having fun, what's gambling is gambling. And so the women are apparently sitting behind bars waiting for a final decision by the police on whether to refer their case to the state prosecutor's office, charging them under Section 303 of the Criminal Code with an offense carrying a maximum of 10 years in prison. According to a public defender from the law faculty of Mataram University, he said he's seen the women, they were having a meal in jail, and he hopes that the case can be settled with restorative justice. He said it's a shame that at their age, these women must be involved with the police. No kidding. He said the women were involved in a victimless crime and that the matter should be settled entirely in the hands of the police and not go into the court system. He said in the instance of the gambling case committed by the grandmothers, police should institute restorative justice by having both religious leaders and community leaders involved from where the perpetrators live. All these grandmas are perps. These women, who are all neighbors, are known for playing Checky at their home, and according to their neighbors, the women wager modest amounts between 2,000 rupees and 5,000 rupees. That's around 14 cents to 35 cents. Apparently, the case is still under investigation, and so we're all a little safer today now that the grandmas are taken off the streets. And that is it for today, for Friday. If you're waiting for information on the visa, tune in tomorrow. There should be some, let's hope. And tomorrow, my granddaughter has been pestering me to go out on a long walk because she said she needs exercise to stay healthy. But I suspect it's because she thinks that there is a cafe built in a place that we were watching for the last few years since the pandemic started. Been an empty lot. And so we're going to have a Singaraja snippets. Haven't done that in a long time. And we're going to be going down Main Street here, Jalan Diponegoro, and over to Ayani, and then down to Dewi Sartika, and we're going to check it out and see. So if you want to see that, tune in on either Saturday or Sunday. We will have that one up. If you found this video informative, useful, interesting, and non-irritating, humorous, amusing, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. We do these short videos now, new format, every day, Monday through Saturday, and a cooking video on Sunday with my wife, Suhana. Thanks for viewing. Be kind to someone today. Stay safe, and I will see you tomorrow.